Good evening, everybody. I'm going to keep doing these daily streams on Bitcoin here and just going through the process of updating the chart for everybody to see. So today is June 23rd, and I'm just going to go ahead and update what we have on Bitcoin. These were the two scenarios that I was looking at last night, basically saying that for this to be an impulsive move up, we had to move through this red box. Otherwise, it was going to be an ABC. This red box was rejection zone for AC. So I'm going to go ahead and take off that red path up. That is no longer in play at all. We do still have potentially a bullish scenario that can play out, and I'll go through that as well here. But at this point, we have A, B, and C rejected at the 618 of the length of A, which is a little bit shallow, but is certainly within the realm of possibility there. So that's what we're looking at right now. So we're just going to do that, move that 2 down to there. Okay. Now, I'm going to get rid of this fib for now, just so we have it out of the way. So how does this play out bullishly if it's going to? Well, at this point, we're going to have to say that this is an ABC down, and then we're going to have basically a 3-wave 1 and a 3-wave 2, meaning we'll go into a diagonal upwards. So that's going to be the bullish scenario, the only way that this plays out bullishly, in my opinion, right now. So here is the fib extension for that ABC, and once again, we're going to be looking at the 618 to 1236 area as the potential bounce zone and end of C if this is going to be a C down before we then go upwards. So not saying that this is absolutely going to happen, but if it was going to play out bullishly, it would do something like this before progressing upwards. And again, for clarity, I'm going to go ahead and take off this. And let's just assume that that goes to that one extension, the 1.0 extension of around 31.7, which means we would have a 1 up to here in this ABC and a 2 down to here in this ABC, like that. All right, and then we're going to be looking at these fibs and looking at sort of a channel upwards. So we kind of have to see from here how high it goes for wave 3, but so we can't really do anything right now except for kind of make some assumptions. Maybe it comes up here, breaks slightly above, maybe we go to the 764, come back down, retest around here, and then make a C upwards to like the 1. Something like that could be our wave 3 then, upwards, and then from there we would be able to draw from the 1 to the 3 and down to the 2, and we'd be looking at something like this for our channel up then, and then we would look for our 4 to do something like that, and 5 to do something like that. So this is not a high probability pattern at all, even if this does play out. It'll be what we call a leading diagonal, which is not super reliable to trade on. This is all going to be choppy action in here, so it's certainly not the impulse that we wanted to see to make it quote-unquote easy to trade. I'm not looking at this, honestly, as my primary scenario at this point, but it is possible. And this green box is really the last chance, in my opinion, that the bulls have. If we go below that green box, which is below about 31,200, then the bear scenario is going to take over, and we're going to be in this diagonal downwards that I was talking about. So I'll play that out as well. Okay. So let's get rid of all of this. Real quick, let's just put on here my alternate, something like this. We're going to go 1 and 2, and our 3. Oops. Get rid of that. Sorry. There's alternate 1, alternate 2. There we go. ABC, alt 3, Alt 4, Alt 5. Okay. So I'm going to put this in red real quick, and we're going to change this to intermediate to match. Okay, so that's the alternate scenario there, if this plays out as a diagonal, something along these lines. All right, for clarity, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this because none of this has actually played out yet. We'll have to kind of move that around as it progresses, if it does. Okay, but there's our alternate bull. All right, primary bear scenario now. This was our like A, B, C down. So we're looking at a diagonal downwards here. A, B, C downwards, like that. And then we have an ABC up for our 2. So we've got 1 and we've got 2. And then in the bear scenario, we're working our way downwards for 3 down here. Move all this. Okay. So basically, if this is going to play out, we're going to see this kind of take a larger wave ABC down. There's really no good way to say exactly where it's going to go, but something along these lines. ABC down, and how far that goes down, we don't know that yet either, because when we're working with diagonals, they're just low probability, but it would be something like this. And so we're just going to have to wait and see, like I said, how this plays out. So we either have a diagonal down, which is going to be the end of 5. This makes the most sense to me. I'm going to switch back over to my daily chart here. The reason it makes most sense is we, at this point, really don't have a good end to this 5. I keep talking about that. We've got end of 3 here, and then we've got a 1, 2, or an A and a B, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we really don't have an end to 5 yet in this C wave, the green C, which should end then this 5-wave pattern down, as well as the 3-wave down there for wave 4. So basically just keeping an eye right now on this green box. I've got shorts running on a bunch of altcoins, so I'm kind of hedged there. I'm flat on Bitcoin just because this area really could resolve either way still, but I'm kind of leaning at this point towards this bearish scenario playing out. But we'll just watch this green box in the micro to see what happens. And key level, definitely under 32 is bad. Going under this B would be a pretty strong signal, but it has some argument for the bullish case still, down to about 31.2. So that's really the line in the sand, I think, at this point. But even if it does break down, it's likely to come back up where we can grab some shorts sort of in this area once again anyway, once we get an A and a B. So we will just see how that all ends up playing out. But that's the way that I see it right now, treating the bull case as alternate and the bear case as the primary scenario once again here. Bulls just did not follow through today like they should have. So either way, it's all good. Main scenario is still in play for 80 to 100,000 later on in this bull cycle. Alrighty, that's it for the update. Good night.